This right here is the cheapest BMW M550 I could possibly find, and in this video I'm going to show you what exactly is wrong with this car, what happened to the front end of it, and what my plans exactly are with this new project M550.
Now, when I'm talking about a M550, you're probably thinking about a V8, right? Well, maybe not so much.
This is quite a special car, guys, I have to say. 3 turbochargers, 381 horsepower in a 5 Series that looks no more dangerous than a 520d.
That's right, I didn't buy an M550i, I bought an M550d, which means I bought a diesel car, but still, with almost 400 horsepower and all the space you could ask for, this car truly is a very unique and sporty daily driver, which is why I wanted to buy one. Normally, prices for these cars here in Germany are around 20,000 euro. Now, the one I bought wasn't that expensive, in fact it was way cheaper, but of course that's for a reason.
And in case you couldn't tell by just looking at the front of this car, I can also explain why it was so cheap. As you can probably tell, this car had a front end collision, which is why it's currently in a pretty bad state, at least from the front looking at it. It looks very sorry, and of course we're going to take care of this.
Now, starting things off, I'm just going to give you a quick walk around to assess all of the damage, the current condition, and to also give you guys an idea what we're exactly working with. I already took a brief moment to look at it to assess if it was even worth fixing. But after my very careful considerations, I'm of course going to rebuild this car. Other than that, you wouldn't be watching this video. In the front, you can see the car took a pretty bad hit. All of this is bent, bunch of broken stuff, bunch of loose wires, and this cooler also not so good anymore. But looking at the side of this car, it actually doesn't even look that bad. We have a beautiful carbon black finish. In the interior, this is also the the next part I want to change. We have one leather seat, and on the other side we have Alcantara seats.
Now, from factory, this car actually had the Alcantara seats, but for some reason, which I don't really know, the previous owner changed one of the seats to a leather seat, which of course we're gonna have to do something about it. Maybe exchange the interior completely or find the correct seat. I'm still debating on that.
Moving on to the back, it all looks pretty clean, I have to say. It's an LCI model, so facelift. It's sitting on some 18-inch wheels, which I'm not really a fan of, but we'll get into that as well. Other than that, shadow line, some electrical folding mirrors, soft closed doors, panoramic roof. So actually this is kind of hard to film because the hood won't stay up. As you can see, we got an M Performance model, so I'm kind of just, now you've seen the engine bay.
To start off, I think I'm just going to remove a little bit of the front of it to just assess all the damages, look at what we're working with.
Right here you can see I put the car on some jack stands so I could remove the front wheels. This way I can access the front crash bar and everything connected to it. All of this is damaged and has to be replaced. And also by removing this we can take a look at the radiators and the coolers in the front and see if any of them need replacing. Now, the lug nuts on these wheels were completely over-torqued, but after I broke them loose, I could actually open them with the impact gun, as you can see. Once I got the wheel off, I was able to take a proper look at this front section and of course found some more damage. As you can see, the previous owner had some fun with some RTV and tried to stop this from leaking, I guess. Of course we're going to have to change this, and also this is pretty much gone. It's supposed to be, of course, one entire piece, and this is just toast. Even though there isn't really any damage on this side, I still went ahead and took off the wheel, and I'm doing this so I can access the bolts which hold the crash bar in. But before doing any more work to this front section, I just went ahead and took off the hood. It will have to come off anyways, and by doing it now, I will make my life a little easier because I can access everything a lot better, so might as well just do it now. As you just saw, I took off the hood. I'm just going to take off this piece next and then make room to be able to pull off the entire front mask because I already bought a new one. Let's see if we can fit that.
more thing I just noticed. Suspension arm is completely worn out. We are going to definitely have to do something about this. Also, looks like we're gonna need a new drive shaft here in the front, because this car is an all-wheel drive, and as you can see, it's leaking a lot of grease onto all of the other suspension components, and over time this is going to wear out the ball joints inside of the drive shaft and make the car not accelerate as smoothly. So next I'm just going to remove this cooler, because we have to get to the screws which are hidden behind this cooler thingy of some sort, because we can actually take off the front by removing the 3 screws on this side, and on the other side there's also 3 screws as well as one down here, and then we can lift off the entire front mask without disassembling all of the rat pack and stuff like that. So I got this out of the way, and these are the 3 bolts, as you can see. 3 more bolts on this side. And lastly, just this 1 bolt.
Now getting this front crash bar off actually did take me a while, because besides being held in by screws, these metal struts are kind of wedged into the chassis, and I did take my time undoing all of the wiring and all of the plugs, because I didn't want to risk damaging any of it, because it can be pretty hard to find the correct parts. But in the end it came off pretty nicely. What I actually find quite clever is how you can take off this entire front assembly without even touching any of the coolant hoses or the radiators, which makes swapping over this front assembly not too difficult.
So this right here is the remains of the front. As you can tell, it's bent up and broken in a bunch of places, but looking at the car itself, you can actually see that pretty much, besides maybe this coolant line, everything seems to be in quite good condition. So these are normal, these are meant to be, maybe this one not so much, but we should be good. The only thing I'm going to change, of course, is the auxiliary water cooler on the side, but other than that we're looking pretty good, which actually means that the only broken part really was this front mask. So I'm going to exchange it for the other one, but before that I'm going to take off the wing on one side, because in case you haven't seen it, it's a little bit damaged over here, and also, yeah, you can clearly tell there's a bend in that. So yeah, I bought a new one, going to put that on, then reinstall the front. So to take off the wing, you'll have to, of course, undo these screws over here, but also I'm going to have to open a few screws in here. I don't know if you can see it, maybe not so much. One of them is going like this, and the other one is going like this. I don't really know why BMW made it this way. Maybe it's to annoy people and to stop them from working on their own cars. You actually have to take out the entire arch lining and then get in there with like 3 socket extensions and maybe hope for the best. One arch lining removed, and now you can see the bolt we're trying to get to. I forgot to mention there's one more screw behind the side skirt, so you have to take it down to get to the screw, which you have to undo in order to get the wing out. What I actually figured out that it's super awkward to get this screw open because it's screwed in from underneath. But if you put in one of these, then you can actually undo the screw quite easily, and you're gonna make your life a lot easier doing this. I've just removed the wing. You can take a closer look at it. As you can see, it's dented up in multiple spots and overall just in a very bad condition. So I'm glad I bought a new one. Yeah. Alright, I think that's going to be it for today. As you can see, we took off many parts today, and tomorrow I think I'm going to start putting on some new parts, so the new wing and also the new front mask, and then yeah, we're just going to build up the car from that.
Yeah, so this is how far I got in the first day of taking the car apart. So I think this is also a good time to end this first video. Now, if you want to see the entire rebuild process of the M550, consider subscribing, and if you made it this far and enjoyed the video, leave a like or write a comment or something. If you have any suggestions, what I can do better, what you want to see more of, what I can implement into my videos, I would love to hear them, and it really would mean a lot to me. Because after all, I want to do like a video series where I rebuild this car, and of course I have a lot more planned for it than just rebuilding it, because I actually want to make it better than it has ever been before, and I got a lot prepared for that. So a bunch of upgrades and a lot of retrofits. But for now, enough talking. One more time, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.